wearing this fall 2024? I know it's the middle of summer. I know we're all burning out, but you know, I know that you're also wondering, what are we gonna be wearing this fall 2024? Well, I wanna talk about some fashion trends that are new or just haven't been as big as they're gonna be this fall. And if you're new here, if you've never seen me before and you like this video, you like what's going on here, feel free to subscribe. It's down there, it's free. It really helps the algorithm, all the YouTube stuff, whenever you do that, and give it a thumbs up if you like it. And let's get started. One trend that is new, and I think that we are going to see this in a huge way, but it's fur. And of course, faux fur or vintage fur. Brown fur is mainly what we're seeing walk down the runways. A few months ago, we saw on TikTok the mob wife aesthetic, which I think is kind of fun. You know, I don't necessarily think we're gonna be all walking around like looking like mob wives, but, you know, to take inspiration from there, we've got fur coats, we've got the red lip, maybe a little bit more eyeliner than we've been using in the past. So there is a little bit of a movement towards that. This is one I would definitely say look at Poshmark, your vintage stores. You could definitely get these secondhand. But designers like Miu Miu, Burberry, Loewe showing faux fur for fall. Faux fur for fall. Say that a lot of times fast. Faux fur for fall. Anyway, down the runways, we're definitely gonna see this in stores, and you know, it's kind of a fun fall trend. You can only wear it in the fall or the winter. I mean, I don't know how much we can wear it here in Florida, but it is kind of fun. There were a lot of exaggerated high necklines in the fall 2024 runways, and I think that means that we are going to see a lot of these high necklines in the fall clothes. And not necessarily your traditional turtleneck, although we'll of course see that too, but I think it's gonna be like more the exaggerated high necks that we will see. I like this. Now I heard one of my friends say that it would just make her look like she had no neck and it would just not look good on her. So it definitely depends on how you look in these things, of course. Some people it looks great on, some people it probably doesn't, but I do think this is kind of fun. And I do think that exaggerated high neck looks very like elevated. It looks very like chic and expensive. And I think it's because too, you have to have a stiffer fabric that will stay up there in order for it to be that high of a neck. So I think this is fun. I like it, but we'll see. Leopard this fall like you haven't seen it since 2015 or 18, whenever it was we were all wearing leopard. However, it's not exactly like we were wearing it 6 years ago. Remember the cartoonish looking leopards, the one that doesn't look like a natural leopard? I've talked about this before. I think I've even said in a few videos that I predicted that this was gonna come back and be big. Well, I think it is gonna be really big for this fall. And it's not so much this cartoonish leopard or like the leopard mixed with purple and mixed with neon. It's very, very classic, traditional, like leopard that we have always known to be a classic. That is what is very on trend. So the natural looking leopards, the natural looking cheetah, I should say animal print. It is a lot of leopard, but I would say animal print. The natural looking animal print is very much on trend. I think you're gonna see this a lot in maxi skirts, in pants, maybe some sweaters, but again, it's a little bit different than it was before. I think the leopard that was really big several years ago was like the not classic leopard, but right now it's the classic leopard or classic cheetah. I think cheetah and the other animal prints are pretty much on trend as well, but it's very much more the classic animal print that is in style for fall 2024. We're seeing for fall, it's going to be huge. It already is getting pretty huge. I feel like it's going to be mainstream huge in fall 2024, and that is red. And of course, burgundy and maroon goes right in there as well. Red and burgundy and maroon have been a big color family for 2024, but I think these colors are going to be way more mainstream this fall 2024. In Paris, which I just came back from, and I'm going to do a video about it, but I saw lots of red Mary Janes, red accessories. I even brought my red bag because as I was putting together my outfits, I did not want to bring a whole bunch of bags. And so I just decided to bring my red one because it actually went with all of my outfits. Plus it's a bag that I could wear 4 different ways. So instead of bringing 4 different bags, I just brought one bag plus my little belt bag. And it was the perfect color to go with all the things I brought in my suitcase. Now I did bring enough clothes to stay there for 3 months. I was there just for a long weekend, but I'm going to show you some of the outfits I did not get a chance to wear with this red bag, but you'll see that red really goes with so much, and it just adds this pop of color that makes especially your neutral outfits look so much more interesting. So this red bag that I'm showing you is by Songmont. I have worked with Songmont in the past, and they are the sponsor of this video. This is one of my favorite bags, the Luna bag by Songmont. It can be worn 4 different ways. It's very practical. It's a perfect size for just everyday use. But if I'm going out to dinner, I like to make it into the smaller version, or even sometimes with the handle. Now these bags do come in leather or vegan leather. And if you're not familiar with Songmont, Songmont is one of like the it bag companies right now. Although they have been around, it's a woman founded brand that's been around since 2013. The reason why I love Songmont bags so much is because they are all very practical, very functional, and just as important, they are all very stylish and classy looking. Another collection that Songmont has, and I really, really love, especially as we get into fall, is their chocolate collection. It's a collection of bags inspired by chocolate. This bag features a super soft calf leather as well as fade resistant hardware. It also has practical features perfect for everyday use, like several compartments, including a back pocket for your phone and several internal dividers. So this bag I'm showing you is the medium chocolate bag. And by the way, both of these bags come in many different colors. This bag, it can be a crossbody, it can be a shoulder bag. So this bag is obviously a really nice everyday bag, but also I love that you can switch up the straps. This one does have a really good amount of space. I will leave links to both of these bags below in the description box. I do have a discount code for you if you would like to give them a try. Now the Luna bag is the bag that I take traveling with me, and it's been in my backpack, it's been all over the place, and they still look brand new. So they really hold up really, really well. I really highly recommend this company if you love quality handbags, and I will leave everything you need to know in the description box below, and let's continue. This next one I'm going to call Dress for Success. And this one, okay, it's not new that we've been wearing like suiting tailored items for the last few seasons. That has been kind of a trend of the 2020s. And what we're seeing now though is, the thing that's new is just a lot of wearing that as even going out outfits. And here's the thing, y'all. Do y'all remember in the early 2000s wearing black dress pants to the club? Because I do. I mean, it was every Friday night, like, hey girl, what are you gonna wear tonight? I don't know, my black pants and like a cute top. Are we going back there? Maybe, I don't know. Am I going back there? Probably not. But I love that for people who never experienced that. But that is kind of the direction it's going. It's like you got your tailored trousers, business on the bottom, and a party on the top. It's very Y2K, but some of us might be here for it. I don't know. So many designers featured workwear, corporate looking ensembles in the fall 2024 runways. You got Max Mara, Schiaparelli, I hope I said that right, Delcourt. It's a very big indication that this is just gonna be a very big trend in fall fashion. This is a fun one. Okay, so cowboy boots, if you remember, they kind of started coming back a few seasons ago. So we were seeing them as like a strong boot trend. And now what we're seeing is a whole Western inspired movement. So clothing that's very Western inspired. I guess they're not called cowboy boots anymore. They're Western boots. But it's not like this. Like, this is not what I'm talking about. This is not the trend. That is a look that I'm sure, you know, it's just kind of always been a look, but the trend is to have these Western elements to an otherwise very non-Western outfit. For instance, when I was in New York City this summer, I saw several women walking around with Western boots, and then they would have like a really feminine maxi skirt and like a crop top or a tube top or something, you know, very summery on the top. So like a very summery looking outfit, but with cowboy boots. I have also seen these Western boots worn with shorts. Definitely seen them worn with dresses a lot, but not so much wearing them, you know, over your jeans. So it will be interesting to see what kind of clothing comes about in the fall with these Western embellishments, not embellishments, but Western inspired features. I have seen some shirts that have like the pockets that are just a little bit Western looking. It's not like a look that you would see necessarily like out West or a Texas look. It's just kind of more Western inspired. So I think that's kind of fun. I'm really excited to see what will come up in the fashion world with the Western inspired elements. So this trend will be a fun one to keep an eye on. Have been a really big trend in fashion for the last several years. We've seen different kinds of green be really big. And this fall 2024, we're gonna see a lot of earthy, earth tone greens. Jill Sander, Gucci, a lot of these designers had a lot of these beautiful, like earthy toned greens come down the runway. And I think this is gonna be a really big color for fall. And I do feel like normally for fall and on into winter, we see a lot more like forest green, but I think you're gonna see a lot of these lighter colored greens, a little bit more of like the lime family. I know I'm not using these words correctly, but anyway, you get the idea with the pictures I'm showing you. And it was kind of a trend for spring also. I noticed whenever I went to like the fashion shows and trade shows and everything, this like lime green color was just definitely a very big color that we saw in a lot of spring fashion. And so we're gonna see it in a lot of fall styles and then go into the fall 2024 season. There was a lot of plaid on the fall 2024 runway shows. Chloe, Loewe, Acne Studios. There was so much that there is a very high chance that we see a lot more plaid come through this year than we did last year. I just don't think we saw a ton of plaid last year, although I do feel like plaid is more of a classic. It doesn't really ever go out of style, but we just weren't really seeing a lot of plaid. But I think you're gonna see a lot of plaid this fall if the fall 2024 runways are any indication of what we're going to see in the stores. A lot more cropped outerwear this fall 2024. So we saw the cropped trench coat start to come up last season, last fall, and we are gonna see a lot more cropped jackets, cropped bomber jackets, cropped blazers, of course, cropped trench coats. Basically any jacket that you can wear is going to possibly be cropped. You're gonna find a cropped version. So we're gonna see a lot of cropped jackets. I do love these with a high-waisted pant. I think that can be really fun. Maybe not super useful for you guys who live in a super cold climate. You might want something longer, but for us here in Florida, we can do cropped. Do you remember, of course you do, but in 2020, 2021, even 2022, there was just this really big focus on really comfortable clothes because we were just kind of staying at home more, especially in 2020. And that was just very much the focus. Like, what kind of fashion can we produce that would be very, very comfortable? And we haven't necessarily gotten rid of that, but we're definitely seeing, especially this fall 2024, a lot more like glamorous, done up kind of fashion. We're returning more to refined dressing. Based on a lot of the fall runway shows, I just think we're gonna see a lot more styles that are just a little bit more prim and proper, a little bit more dressed up, a little bit more done up, a little bit more like you would wear them for an outing or a special occasion. Not so much, you know, everything is designed for laying on your couch or going out to eat and doing both. I just think we're gonna see a lot more dresses and just a lot more refined styles that we have seen before. You know, after a while, you do kind of wanna see some more styles that represent going out and like doing things and being out there in the world. So I think this can be kind of fun. I'm excited to see what will happen with this and to see kind of where it goes. So I hope you enjoyed this video and it gave you a little insight on what to expect this fall 2024. Let me know what you think. Let me know what trends you're excited about or which ones you're not excited about. As always, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it or a thumbs down if you didn't. Consider subscribing if you're new here, and I will see you next time.